Okay, so here's video number 2. This is a little bit more practice with mixed numbers. But I'm going to ask you, this one you'll have questions to answer, so make sure you're copying these down. All right, the first one says 3 2/3 minus 1 1/6. First thing we have to do, remember, is forget about the whole numbers, and we look at the denominators. And I know 3 and 6 are the denominators, and I know 3 will go into 6. So that means my common denominator is going to be 6. Okay, so then 2/3 equals something over 6. And I know that 3 is equal to 6. And I know it's equal to 6 when I multiply it times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. So that's an equivalent denominator. So now I have to do the same to the numerator. 3 times 2, or 2 times 2 is 4. So I multiplied the denominator and the numerator by 2. And 2/3 is equal to 4/6. Equivalent fractions. 1/6 is equal to something over 6. What can I do to make 6 equal to 6? 1 times 1, right? 6 is already equal 6, so 1 is equal 1. So basically, I'm just saying 6 times 1 equals 6, so 1 times 1 equals 1. Okay, but if the numbers are the same, it just stays the same. You don't do anything. Okay, so I'm finished with this set of fractions. Now it's 3 4/6 minus 1 1/6. So all I have to do is subtract the numerators. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Denominator is 6. Okay, so we've learned to check and fix our fractions. Well, 3/6, I know that 3 will go into 6, so I'm going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Because 3/6 is a half. Now, I'm going to take my whole numbers, 3 and 1, and subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then the fraction was 1/2. 3 minus 1 is 2 and 1/2. All right. What is the common denominator between 7 and 3? So fill out yourself a T-chart or tic-tac-toe board. 7, 14, 21. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to fill in the 3s, because the 3s, it's going to take longer. 3, 6, no. 9, no. 12, no. 15, no. 18, no. 21, yes. So I'm looking at it as I go. 21. 21 is the smallest number both 7 and 3 have in common. So that means I'm going to make equivalent fractions with 21 as my denominator. Guys, I'm asking questions that you should be asking yourself when you solve fractions. Okay? What's the common denominator? Okay. What do I do next? Make equivalent fractions. Okay. 6/7 equals blank over 21. These are the things that you should be asking. I know 7 is going to be equal to 21 when I multiply it times 1, 2, 3. And whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. 6 times 3 is 18. All right, 2/3 equals something over 21. 3 is equal to 21 when I multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 times 7 equals 21. So then I have to multiply the numerator times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. I'm done with that fraction. So then I'm going to subtract. 18 minus 14 is 4 over 21. 4 times a number does not equal 21. 2 can't go into 21. So that's it. We're done with that fraction. It's fixed as far as it'll go. Now we're going to subtract the whole number. 5 minus 1 is 4. So my answer is 4 and 4 over 21. Okay, now I have 3 and 5/8 minus 5/12. My denominators are 8 and 12. So I'm going to do 12 first. 12, 24, 36. Because the chances are I'm not going to have to go very far with the big number. It's the small number that has to go further. So 8, 16. No, 24. Oh, there we go. 24. It's the least common multiple. It's the smallest number both 8 and 12 have in common. So I'm going to put 24 as the denominator. So now I'm going to make equivalent fractions. Okay, solve it and see what you get. Remember, you're adding. Okay, 8 will go into 24 when I multiply it by 3. So then I have to multiply the numerator by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 over 12 equals something over 24. 12 equals 24 when I multiply it by 2 times 2. And then multiply the numerator times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, we're adding on this one. So 15 plus 10 is 25 over 24. Okay, if you got 25 over 24, you need to fix your fraction. If you didn't fix your fraction, do it now. 24 going to 25 just once with 1 left over. 1 becomes the numerator, 24 is the denominator. So it equals 1 and 1 over 24. That's a 1. 1 and 1/24. Okay, now if you notice over here, the whole numbers, this top fraction had a whole number, but the bottom one didn't. So it's just 3 plus 0. Okay, you can fill it in if you want. It's 3. So I'm going to come down here and add 3 plus 1. That's 4. And my fraction stays the same. 4 and 1/24. Okay. All right. Find your least common multiple. Make equivalent fractions. And then add the numerators. Fix the fraction if you need to. And then add the whole numbers. Okay. Your least common multiple should have been 12. Because I know 6 will go into 12 evenly. If 12 is equal to 12, then 5 is going to be equal to 5. That one stayed the same. 1/6 equals something over 12. I know when I multiply 6 times 2, I get 12. So then on the numerator, I'm going to multiply 1 times 2, which is 2. Now I'm going to add the numerators. 5 plus 2 equals 7. The denominator is 12. And then I'm going to add the whole numbers. 7 can't go into 12. So it's reduced as far as it's going to go. 4 plus 1 is 5. So my answer is 5 and 7/12. Okay? Let's work the next one. 2 and 7/8 minus 1/2. Find the common denominator, at least common multiple. Make it the denominator. Make equivalent fractions. Subtract the numerators. And then take care of the whole number. Fix the fraction first if you need to. Okay, 2 will go into 8. So that means 8 is going to be my least common multiple. 8 equals 8. So that means 7 is going to equal 7. 2 will go into 8 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to multiply times 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So I have 2 fractions. Subtract 7 minus 4. So we're subtracting only the numerators. If I have 7 and I take 4 away, I have 3 left. 3 is prime, and the only way 3 is going to go in, only factors of 3 are 1 and 3. So 3 doesn't go into 8. So we're done with that. It's fixed. This is 2 minus, basically this would be a 0. So we're just going to bring down the 2. 2 3/8. Okay. 4 7/12 minus 1 2/9. Okay. You might have to do a little bit more work on this one. Okay. So we're going to make an equivalent fraction after we find the least common multiple by doing the tic-tac-toe boards. So 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108. Okay, and remember the 9s, I can do that little trick. We're going to start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 would be down here. That'd be times 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0 through 9, and then I go backwards, 0 through 9. Okay? 9 times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, times 10. Okay, so let's look. 9, nope. 18, nope. 27, nope. 36, there we are. 36. Okay, so that means I could have gone all the way down and said, and multiplied 12 times 9. But then I would have had to keep going here, and I would have missed that 36 is the common multiple, okay? You want the smallest number they both have in common. So 36 is going to be my common denominator. Okay, so make your equivalent fractions now. Okay, 7/12 equals something over 36. 12 equals 36 when I multiply it times 1, 2, 3. So then I'm going to multiply the numerator by 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 2/9 equals something over 36. Okay, so 9 will go into 36 when I multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4. So times 4. And so I have to multiply the numerator times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 21 minus 8 is 13. The denominator is 36. 13 does not go into 36, so I'm going to leave the fraction alone. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 and 13 over 36. Okay. All right, last couple of problems. 3 and 2/7 plus 8 1/3. Okay. So come up with your equivalent, your LCM to make your equivalent fractions. Add your numerators. Fix your fraction. Add your whole numbers. All right. You should have picked 21 as your common denominator. 2/7 equals blank over 21. 7 will go in equal to 21 when you multiply it by 3. So then we multiply the numerator by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 1/3 equals something over 21. 3 equals 21 when you multiply it by 7. So then we have to multiply the numerator by 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Okay? So now we're done with this fraction. We add the numerators. 6 plus 7 is 13. The denominator stays 21 because the denominator did not change. Okay, once we made it common, it doesn't change unless we have to reduce the fraction. Okay, so 13 over 21. 13 does not go into 21, so we're finished. We don't need to fix the fraction anymore. Add the whole numbers. 8 plus 3. 11 and 13, 21. Okay, 2 and 4/5 minus 1 and 1/2. Find the LCM. make it your denominator. Make equivalent fractions. Subtract the numerators. Fix it if you need to. And subtract your whole numbers. Okay? The common denominator is 10. 5 will go into 10 when you multiply it by 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 1/2 equals something over 10. 2 will go into 10 when you multiply it by 5. So then multiply the numerator by 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay? Subtract 8 minus 5. You get 3. The denominator is 10. 3 doesn't go into 10 evenly. And it has no other factors, so it's finished. Then we subtract 2 minus 1. If you have 2 and you take 1 away, you have 1 left. 1 3/10. Okay, 3 1/4 minus 1 1/6. Find the LCM. You should know this one by now. We've done it enough. So 6, 12, 18. 4, 8, no, 12, yep. Common denominator is 12. Okay, made equivalent fractions. 1/4 equals something over 12. I know 4 will equal 12 when I multiply it by 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 3. So then I multiply the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. 1/6 equals something over 12. 6 equals 12 when I multiply it by 2. 6 times 2. So then I multiply the numerator times 2. And 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract my numerators. 3 minus 2 is 1. The denominator is 12. That's as small as you can get the fraction. It's not going to do anything. So we're done with it. Now we subtract the whole numbers. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 1/2. You notice how every time I wrote a mixed number, my whole number took up 2 lines, and my fraction took up 2 lines, the numerator on one and the denominator on the bottom. Okay, please be careful how you write those, because if you try to do it like this, that looks like 41/2. Or that's 1/42. So make sure that your whole number is bigger than your fraction, and that your fraction fits next to your whole number, okay? That's just a little piece of information. Okay, all right, that's all we have for today. Practice. Tomorrow we're going to do some more subtraction, but this one will be with regrouping, so it's a little bit more involved. Next week we will be working on, next week I will be out, so next week you will have Edpuzzle videos every day. They will last forever, because that's how you're going to do your assignments, so that I can keep you focused and working. Okay? So next week we will be doing estimation with fractions, and then we will also be reviewing for our CBA, which will be on Friday. Okay?